Good Tuesday afternoon, everyone. It is August 8th, and we have more severe weather to talk about. We're going to have all modes of severe weather possible tomorrow. This is including tornadoes and extremely high winds, damaging winds in excess of 60, 70 miles an hour as well. This will be for tomorrow. I'm going to show you the area here in just a second. But first, I want to tell you we're going to have our winter outlook coming out later this month. This will be in our supporter hub on Facebook. You can go over to our Facebook page and join our supporter hub over there. It's $4.99 a month. Or you can join the members only on YouTube as well. We have different ways of supporting us on YouTube as well. So if you're interested in winter, what the winter outlook brings, the last 3 to 4 years, we've been 95% accurate or higher on our winter outlook. So that's something to look forward to. But what we do not look forward to is this severe weather and possibly some flash flooding coming, especially tonight into tomorrow. So let's get into that. All right, as always, we start out with a national hazards map. This is as of 4 o'clock today, Tuesday, the 8th. We have severe thunderstorm watch out here for far southeastern parts of Wyoming, parts of Nebraska here, and the Front Range of Colorado as a complex of storms starts developing out here and starts moving southeast tonight. We also have Texas continues to bake down here. So we have excessive heat warnings ongoing, heat advisories all along the Gulf Coast. And then we have a severe thunderstorm watch down here from parts of southeastern Alabama into southern parts of Georgia as well. This high pressure continues to park over this area, over Texas, and continually is going to be baking across basically the Gulf Coast states all the way through Texas. North of I-40 the past few days, have you been getting a little bit of a break? Less humid and a little bit more refreshing air, about 5 to 8 degrees below average across that area, north of I-40 basically. Along I-40 and south, it's been still at average or above for a while. So, and there's no really relief in sight except these storms coming in as we head towards tomorrow. So here's the outlook for the rest of your Tuesday for this evening and through tonight. Slight risk out here towards Kansas, Nebraska. We got a enhanced risk out here towards far northeastern parts of Colorado, in through far western, southwestern parts of Nebraska as well. Marginal risk all the way through most of Oklahoma, parts of northern Texas, right around the Red River here, and then down here through Arkansas and parts of the southeast. We have a slight risk basically from southern Alabama through southern Georgia. We already have severe thunderstorm watches out for that part of the United States. Alrighty, so this is for tomorrow, Tuesday. We have a slight risk basically from around the Kansas City area over to St. Louis, Springfield, Tulsa, down to Little Rock, over to Huntsville, Alabama, Knoxville, Tennessee, and just northwest of Atlanta. Slight risk there. We had a categorical upgrade here across southeastern Missouri, northeastern parts of Arkansas, western half of Tennessee, far northern Mississippi, and southwestern parts of Kentucky, far southern Illinois as well. We had a risk upgrade to an enhanced risk here as SPC is really concerned about the wind risk, the straight line wind risk across this area. There is an elevated tornado threat across the area, and I will show you that here in just a second. So along the outskirts of here, basically from Springfield, Illinois, over to Indianapolis, Louisville, Jackson, down to Atlanta, Birmingham, up towards Topeka, Kansas, you're under a marginal risk for tomorrow, as well as we have, like I said, we have some northwest flow coming, skirting through the area as well. This hot, very hot, moist air across Texas and parts of the Gulf Coast is going to try to push a lot of this heat and moisture up, and there's a cold front coming down as well. So that those ingredients there do not mix well with severe weather likely for tomorrow. So let's look at the tornado risk for tomorrow. All right, so tomorrow we have an elevated tornado risk for basically the northern half of Arkansas, well, northern third of Arkansas, Southern Missouri, all of southern Missouri, basically, you have a 5 to 9% chance of seeing a tornado within 25 miles of any given point. There will be another Storm Prediction Center update at 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll have another update on our Facebook page tomorrow morning regarding the severe weather threat. So, on the outskirts of that, we have a 2 to 4% chance of seeing a tornado across most of Missouri and the southern parts of Illinois, western half of Kentucky and Tennessee, northern parts of Alabama, Mississippi, and of course over towards Little Rock as well. All right, here is the wind risk, severe wind risk for tomorrow. Like I said, 60 to 70 plus mile per hour winds is possible. And just my 2 cents, I think this area is actually gonna get expanded a little bit further west and northwest with time. So I do feel like the enhanced risk will come farther back west as well, as we're gonna have multiple rounds come through the day. So 60 to 70 plus mile an hour winds is possible. The main threat as of right now is, or this threat that is basically across the Memphis area over towards Paducah, Jonesboro, Arkansas, towards Cape Girardeau, Nashville, Tennessee. That's the big highlighted area threat at the moment. All right, like I said, here's a view of the slight enhanced risk. Like I said, my 2 cents, I feel like this enhanced risk, when their next update comes out in the morning, I think it's going to be expanded even further west, and we'll see what happens. But just my 2 cents with the feeling of the day here, especially if that tornado risk stays in place, and I think the severe wind threat will actually move northwest and back west here. So we'll see what happens, but like I said, Storm Prediction Center will have a new update out probably about 1 o'clock in the morning for the day one, which will be tomorrow. All right, here's the HRRR 18Z, that is, and this is the significant tornado perimeter. So base parameter 0 to 6 kilometer shear. So all you need is 1 or 2 for maybe a significant tornado out here. We're especially across southern Missouri here, across northern Arkansas. That's why the Storm Prediction Center has highlighted this area, because of this possible shear coming into the area here. And look at the max. Max is 11, which is basically off the charts here. So we'll see what happens. The tornado risk could actually go up if this stays in place. So we will see. So like I said, I feel like the Storm Prediction Center will move back that enhanced risk, or possibly even upgrade it. So we'll see as we go through tomorrow. So, all right, let's go through the rest of the afternoon into tonight. You see storms developing out here towards the Front Range of Colorado and maybe parts of New Mexico here. And then this complex of storms is going to start going southeast here. This is 5 a.m. This is across central parts of Kansas, little complex up here going through Iowa as well. We have some storms trying to develop out here towards southeastern parts of Kansas into parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas as we get towards daybreak tomorrow. So 6 o'clock tomorrow could be rumbles of thunder, some heavier rains coming through the Springfield area, down through Mountain Home, over towards Fayetteville, maybe Tulsa area. And then we have a big line of storms just keeps pushing through parts of Kansas here. So storms are continuously ongoing here across most of the morning, across southern Missouri to northern Arkansas, as a warm front tries to push north here ahead of this cold front. And then more storms coming into the afternoon and evening. And then this will start slowly pushing into northern Arkansas through Tennessee as we get into the afternoon. And then this thing really clusters up into a big line of storms as we go in through the afternoon across northeast Arkansas into southeastern Missouri, starting to spread east into Kentucky and parts of Tennessee as we head towards 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow. And then we have more storms developing across northern Arkansas, and these could be there could be a couple supercells in here across northern Arkansas tomorrow afternoon. Just have to see how this plays out. But this is the latest run, the HRRR. This is one model, of course. Also, see more storms developing even after 7 to 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow night. More storms across northern Arkansas and Missouri. And that first complex is coming through most of Tennessee. That second little complex coming through western Tennessee. And then another complex is starting to develop as we go in through 10 o'clock tomorrow night, and then midnight Thursday morning, still storming across northern Arkansas. We're gonna have a flash flood threat possible across southern Missouri into northern Arkansas. We'll take a look at what the WPC says in regards to that. But then as we go through Thursday morning, more storms around Memphis into northern parts of Mississippi, through northern Alabama, and through most of Tennessee here. And then it kind of quiets down for the rest of Thursday. So this is the national blend of models. It combines all the models, throws them all together, and creates an average here. So a general 1 to 3 inches is possible across southern Missouri, through most of northern Arkansas, through all of Tennessee, possible into parts of Kentucky as well, parts of northern half of Kansas, maybe half an inch to an inch and a half or so. But I'm telling you, if there's my concern right now is going to be most of this area through here with training thunderstorms and continuous round after round after round of thunderstorms. If this plays out, there could be 3 rounds of storms tomorrow across this area. And if you get under those huge, big time cells, we're going to have big time rain rates of 1 to 2 inches an hour, maybe a little bit higher than that even across this area. And there could be 3 to 5 inch maybe locally higher than that amounts across this area. So that area right there that I have circled is my initial concern as of right now for flash flooding tomorrow, along with severe weather. Well, as of right now, the Weather Prediction Center has a slight risk of excessive rainfall across most of Missouri and through northern half of Arkansas, through most of Tennessee, Kentucky, into southern half of Indiana as well, bleeding over to Ohio. So at least a 15% chance of exceeding flash flood guidance across this area. But taking a look at the latest models, if we get some trending of storms, like I said, flash flooding will be likely in that circled area, like I told you, especially across the Ozarks over to maybe just right around Memphis or just north of there, and across southeastern Missouri as well. So that's an area to keep an eye on for severe weather and some significant rainfall. Like I said, if you get training of storms over and over and over again tomorrow with possibly 3 rounds of storms, especially across northern Arkansas, southern Missouri, with all those hills and valleys through the Ozarks, it tends to flash flood pretty quickly across that area. So that's an area to keep in mind as we go throughout the day tomorrow as well. So just to recap real quick, like I said, there's enhanced risk for tomorrow, southeastern parts of Missouri and through northeastern parts of Arkansas, through western half of Tennessee, in through southwestern parts of Kentucky. Slight risk on the other side of that for basically the northern half of Arkansas, through eastern parts of Oklahoma, and then basically southern half of Missouri as well. Tornado risk, like I said, is 5% chance. 5% chance of seeing a tornado within 25 miles of a radius, any given point across northern half of Arkansas and the southern or northern third of Arkansas into far southern Missouri as well. 2% on the other side of that. Wind risk, this is the biggest risk as of right now. 60, 70 mile per hour, or maybe higher straight line winds is possible across this area for tomorrow, with multiple rounds of storms possible in this area. Like I said, my feeling at this point, I do believe that this risk may get expanded further west and maybe get upgraded. We'll see. I think the tornado risk is a little bit higher tomorrow than what they're calling for. Just looking at the recent data here, and then the wind risk is going to be pretty good with, like I said, multiple rounds of storms. There's going to be flash flooding as well. So this is a multi-hazard event, possible with all modes of severe weather possible. And like I said, flash flooding. If you see a roadway that is covered with water, do not cross it. Like the National Weather Service says, turn around. and don't drown, okay? So please stay safe out there. Have a way to get warnings, and I'll have another update on our Facebook page tomorrow and try to have a noon update tomorrow on YouTube as well. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, stay safe out there and have a way to get warnings and stay weather aware later tonight through tomorrow across this area.